I know you were sound asleep. Yeah, she is, she's not real happy with me right now. She was actually sound asleep on one of her pillows behind the sofa. And I picked her up. Oh, what? Oh, I'm not doing it. Yeah, she is, she's not like that. No. So, yeah, I picked her up and brought her around here for the Rosie Show, and she's kind of less than thrilled. Hey, Marilyn. Okay. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Jeanette. Hey, Stephen. Sorry, I saw everybody. I got to talking about Miss Thing here. So yeah. The Rosie Army is in full attendance. Okay. First thing, Jeanette, would you like to make the announcement on the postal surprise you received this week? Doodle bear. I like that. You're a doodle bear. Waiting to see if there's a delay. I don't know why there's a delay. I don't know if it's a setting. I guess I need to dig into. Sure, guess. There you go, Marilyn. You see, the chat is in, the way I see it, it's in real time, but then when I respond to something, then I don't see. So, there you go, Marilyn. We found your shirt. It came back to Jeanette's house. So here's what we're going to do. I did create a throwaway Gmail. So I'm going to send this email account. I'm going to put it, yeah, I think I can put it in the, I'm guessing I can join the chat. All right, so I'm going to, and all parties let me know if this works for y'all. I'm going to post this throwaway Gmail account. I didn't even make it up. I just used one of the suggested random emails that Google threw out there. 7258 2380 7258 at gmail.com. Okay, there we go. Rosie Doodle has commented. All right, so that Gmail account, Marilyn, like I said, I just created it. It means nothing to me. And I'm only going to use it for this one time. If you want to send your address, then I will pass that along to to Jeanette, and when she resends the shirt, then she can send it directly to your address, and there will be no danger of it getting sent to a UPS store or a post office or anything like that. So, if that's acceptable with everybody, that way no sensitive information has to be posted for the world to see in the chat. And like I said, once I receive your address, if that's acceptable, then at that point, I don't know if I can delete the email address, but I'll definitely just quit. I'll probably never look at it again, so it doesn't matter if it gets loaded up with junk or spam or whatever. So yeah, that is an email address that I just made, or that actually I let Google make it up. That is in no way whatsoever attached to me or anybody, anything else. Get over here so I don't block. Oh, there we go. So yeah, that lets it get sent directly. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Sorry. Now I'm going to get everybody else yawning. Hey, Doodle. She's not happy. She was knocked out. She was laying on one of her pillows behind the thing. I mean, she was furry donut, knocked out, everything. As a matter of fact, she was so knocked out when I picked her up, she kind of stiffened up and just remained a furry donut. She didn't go limp or anything. She didn't start loosening up until just about the time I laid her on the sofa. But she was just a furry donut in the air. Sorry, Doodle. Yeah, she got her claws filed a little bit more this weekend. Or I'm sorry, earlier this week. It did not go well because I ended up having to make some kind of attempt to file her back clause. I know I got it started, everybody. So if everybody starts yawning, I know it's my fault. I had to make some kind of attempt at filing her back clause, and because she got, how she gets itchy here, and she'll do the whole, rubbing it with her paw and kind of hold it there, and she, I don't know what she's doing, but then she'll go to scratching it. Well, I've mentioned before how she'll use her back feet to scratch, but she'll scratch so hard that she'll cut herself. And I'll usually hear her, she'll usually scream when she cuts herself. And she did it the other day, and I looked at her ear. She had a big gash in the folds of one of her ears. And I mean, I held a napkin on it, but I had to keep moving. I mean, she cut herself pretty bad. Pretty significant amount of blood. It finally stopped. But, I was like, I've got to do something about her back claws, and she just wasn't having it. And she went after me pretty bad. She went after me pretty hard, so, yeah, she was not happy about it. So I'm at a point where, I have to find out how much it's going to cost, because it's not something that I'll be able to do on a regular basis. But the only thing I can think of is I'm going to have to start taking her to a vet and let them clip her claws. Not declaw her. I've mentioned that before. I'm totally against that. But I used to could clip her claws, but I guess there's a couple where the cuticle has gotten longer over time, and it's almost at the very tip of her claw. So there's a couple of them that, like I say, she used to let me, and I could actually get a pretty significant portion of claw off of her. I mean, even to the point where she wasn't presenting a danger to me or herself for probably 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, I was, when she was younger, I could get a significant amount. But there's particularly one claw on her left front paw. It doesn't matter how little I try to clip off, it obviously creates some kind of pain now, because she will not only scream, but she'll bite me when I, as soon as I add just the slightest amount of pressure. So I guess I'm gonna have to find out how much it's gonna cost, because if it's, I mean, even if I have to take her once a month, I mean, if it's gonna cost $150, $200 for them to give her, and then I've got to think about particularly if they're going to give her some kind of, even a local anesthesia to clip her claws. Is that something I want to do? Do I want to take her, and not just the money, however much it's going to cost, $150, $200, $300, I don't know, but do I want to anesthetize her once a month? And since that just dawned on me, the answer is an unequivocal no. So I've got to figure out something. So I don't know. I know that in the past, when we've had cats before that we put tips on their claws. I may look into that. I don't know how she would react to that, but it's almost like somebody getting their nails done. Where you get tips on them, but the tips cover the claw portion, but they're more rounded on the end, so they aren't sharp and they don't cut. But, and I'm just thinking out loud at this point. I'm just sort of just free thinking. But her being a CH, she needs to have some form of claw, because unlike a normal cat, she'll use her claws just in walking. As she starts to fall over, she'll, being a CH, if she starts to fall over to one side, she may dig into the carpet over here to try to get a better grip to keep from falling. Plus that she climbs, she can't jump on the sofa, she climbs up on the sofa. So she's got to have, so I don't know. There's got to be, because even when I file her nails, I don't take off a whole lot, particularly on the front. I mean, I've never done the backs until the other day, and she tore me up. I mean, she tore me up. She was pissed. But even when I file them, all I do is just kind of round them off a little bit so they don't stab me as much. They're just a little bit more comfortable. But she still has enough that there's still enough of a point to them that when she digs into the sofa, she can get in between the material and pull herself up. So I don't know. I clean her ears out, and I don't know what it is about her ears that I don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, even if it wasn't a money issue, there's no way I'm going to drug her once a month, or take her to the vet and have them drug her once a month. That's not going to happen. So I guess you get to keep stabbing me for now until I figure out some way to keep you from killing me. I guess I could get a comb put on her, to put around her neck that would at least protect me from being bitten while I do stuff to her nails, because even when I file them, even though it doesn't hurt her as much, she gets angry and bites me, and then tries to get away. Maybe the vet could give some advice at least, but I get what you mean about the money and the stress on her. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point, Ryan. I probably need to consult with the vet and see if there's any other options out there. Tips are not an option because I don't think she'd be able to dig in to climb on the sofa or dig in to keep herself from falling. Of course, declawing is never an option. I think we've done a whole podcast about that. So yeah. Jeanette says she's fostering 5 of the cutest kittens. Oh, Rutten, can you post pictures to the chat? That would be awesome. Ron says, or is there some medication that could make her calm? I would guess, but again, I mean, even if it's a lower dose, I'm not a big medicine fan. I mean, I'm not like anti-medicine, but I believe that I'm a big fan of medicine only when medicine is absolutely necessary. So the idea of, it's like I give her, when she gets hurt, she'll get little tapeworms like most animals do, and I'll give her dewormer, but I don't give her dewormer every month. I only give her dewormer if I see worms. I don't see the point of giving her a dewormer as a prophylaxis when she doesn't even have worms. So that having been said, I mean, especially if I file her nails. If I file her nails on a regular schedule, it needs to be done about once a week. So I certainly wouldn't want to be giving her some type of Xanax, kitty Xanax, once a week, just so that I am more comfortable and I don't get stabbed by her claws. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, it'd be nice. Sorry, what did you say about pictures? Oh, if you said you're fostering 5 kittens, and I was wondering if you could take pictures and post them to the chat. I mean, if you can't, you can't. But I think I'd love to see them. I think they'd be cute. Marilyn says she just sent her address to okay, so let me just check. Oh wait a minute, no, I'm on. Okay. Well, all right, I'll open up another browser. This may slow down. I'll try. I hope it doesn't slow down because we've talked about how my laptop is kind of testy every now and again. Oh, wait a minute. No, I can't. Crap. Okay, so I can't check it. You send it to that. Okay, so I can't check it on my phone because my phone is my camera. I can't check it on the computer because I'm currently logged in as Rosie Doodle on YouTube, and since YouTube is owned by Google, if I log into Google on a different browser as for the email, then it may log me off. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking, but I'll check the email address when the stream's over, and then I'll forward the address to Marilyn. So I'll send it to her in Messenger, and that's end-to-end encrypted, so the only person that'll see it would be me and her, supposedly. I don't know if Facebook can see it, but it won't go out to the general world. I think he wondered if you could post pictures to the chat. Not sure if it's possible. Yeah, because I want to see the kittens. You can't sit there and brag that you're fostering 5 kittens and not show them to us. Man, I want to see them. Yeah, there's a girl that I follow, or lady, girl, I don't know how she is, but I follow her. She's she's a foster, she's a cat foster, and she always gets. I guess that the shelters that she works with, she focuses on uh, mothers with babies, because that's pretty much all she posts, and it's different litter. So she'll foster a nursing mother and her litter, and she'll be posting about them for a period of time, and then she'll announce that they gone off and been adopted and gone to their forever homes and whatnot, and then she'll be posting where she's got a different nursing mother and litter of kittens. So I follow her. She's always got just adorable little fur balls. But her name's Erin Berger, Berger. If y'all want to look her up on Facebook and follow her, she's always got, adorable little kittens. And she takes really good care of them. And so far what I've seen is she'll only have like one mother and a litter at a time. So she's not, she's able to. Oh, in Messenger. Okay. Well, so, all right. So I will put them in the stream next. I got to figure out something, because see, it's like I can't. The only two places that I have Messenger is on my laptop and on my phone. And my phone, like I said, is my camera, and I may be able to. Okay, since Facebook is not owned by Google, I may be able to log on to Facebook. Marilyn says, are those tips feel a bit uncomfortable putting the diva under period? Yeah, me too. So, yeah, as I thought that through, then I, discovered that my idea was less than brilliant. But hang on, let me get back to the chat. This may slow things down a little bit. Okay. I'm going to try to have no reaction so that I don't. What is this? All right. Save this. Save image as. Save. Okay. All right. I'm trying to be somewhat neutral, because I don't want to show any excitement, this, that, and the other, until y'all see the babies. All right. So now, are those tips? No, the tips are not permanent. I mean, they're not designed to be taken off, but as I guess over time, this to Marilyn's question, over time, I guess either the glue wears off, or if you notice how they'll shed the top layer of their claw as it grows out, they eventually fall off. So like I said, we would see when I was married, and me and my then wife had cats and foster cats and whatnot, then we would start noticing that they might, this particular cat might not have tips anymore, and then we would find random tips laying on the floor in various rooms and whatnot. But That was just part of it. Sorry if I'm stuttering and stumbling. I'm trying to answer the question while I'm getting these pictures to post to the chat so everybody can see the kittens that Jeanette is fostering. All right. Okay. So, all right. Okay, so here we go. All right. Are we ready for? Oops, hang on. I gotta get it where you can see them. Crap. I'm not very good at producing. Okay, here we go. There's still a picture this morning. I wasn't able to get all 5 of the little chub monkeys. Nice. Meds only as a last resort. That's how I feel from them. Okay, yeah, exactly. Stephen, computer, email. Okay, so I'm guessing Stephen sent me an email. No, wait a minute. Hang on. Okay. I swear, it takes me forever to do anything. Okay, here we go. All right, there's one. Again, there's a delay on that. I don't know what, I don't know if maybe I've got a built-in delay, maybe because, I don't know. I need to check the settings to see if I do have, some type of a 20-second or. So there's one of, and I'll let that sort of soak in with everybody, and then I'll transition to the other one. Well, you can't see Rosie because the picture is covering it up, but she is staring. She's staring at the picture. She's like, "What is that?" That's a cat. I hate to break it to you, Rosie, but that's what you are. You're a cat. I'm probably going to get killed for that, but hey. Looks all black. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the whole, I guess it's just superstition about black cats and everything, but I can tell you this right now. Please don't take offense to this, Rosie. I know you're a tuxedo. But the 2 kinds of cats that I've had in the past that were, I'm talking about, had an excess of personality, were friendly, were funny, were just, they would crack you up. The 2 kinds of cats, orange cats and black cats. Those are the 2 funniest cats I have. Any orange cat or any black cat have always been so full of personality. They're awesome. And you're the most awesome, Rosie. I am gonna get so killed tonight. She is gonna just slice me apart. So yeah. All right, so there's one. I'll transition to the other. Yeah, orange cats are hilarious. Ryan's going to run out and foster a litter of kittens now. Oh, well, thank you, Marilyn. We're handsome and great. You're considerably cuter than I am, though, Rosie. Yeah, a little stalker. Little photo bomber. What are you doing over there? Yes, they are adorable. You know, we could consider those your cousins. Okay, she did. You can't see it, but she didn't care much for that idea. She's like, those are cats. I'm not a cat. You don't have to stare a hole through me. Good Lord. I'll make much better pictures for next weekend open. Oh, those are fine. There are no bad pictures of cats, particularly kittens. No. There we go. We'll get the loaf back on there. Hey, baby. Yeah. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. And there she goes. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. Don't attack me. I'm trying to let me love you. Oh, that's never a bad kitty picture. That's right. Oh, did you miss the kitties? I can put them back up there if you want to, Marilyn, if you missed them. What is it, baby? Yeah, don't say that. Yeah. Good point, Jeanette. Thank you. Meow. All right, we're gonna get some beans. Try to get some beans. So I'm trying to do beans, but less impactful. Good one. Oh, mine is blurry. Oh, there we go, beans. We got beans. Doodle. Don't. Oh, beans. Look at that. Yeah, because she gets mad when I pick her up and hold her upside down for beans. Her gets mad. Do kisses. Oop. One for Ryan, one for Jeanette, one for Stephen, one for Elizabeth, one for Marilyn, and one for me. She was starting to do airplane ears on those last couple. So yeah, she was about over. Ooh, how you doing, Doodle? Why does it get? It's not focusing. It gets blurry when it moves in. I understand. I thought that the iPhone was supposed to be like awesome. About over all this. Let's see that. What is his name? Which, who are we talking about? What is it, baby? I said baby beans. What is, whose name are we asking about? Do I need to, let me put the, I think Marilyn missed the kittens, so I'm gonna put them back up there. There we go. What are you doing? What are you gonna do? There. All right. Can you see them now, Marilyn? I hate that. I'm sorry you missed them earlier. Yes, I know you're not thrilled about me putting other cats back on the screen. but you'll be all right. You will somehow find the strength to go on. That's right. Little bitty fur babies. Little bitty. Well, thank you for sharing the fur babies with us, Jeanette. How how old are they? And is it just them, or do you have the mother? Are you fostering the mother as well? Oh yeah. Well, good job, Jeanette. Yeah, we used to. There were times we had lots of baby kittens. What was funny is after they would eat and they would get full, they'd get that kitten belly, they'd be knocked out for hours. I mean, it was usually around, I have the mother and they are a week and a half. Okay. Yeah, because their eyes are, because it's usually around 10 days when their eyes and ears start opening. And I was gonna guess they were probably somewhere around 2 weeks. But yeah, when they, particularly when we would bottle feed them, because they need to eat a lot, and they'd get kitten belly. They'd look like they had a little ping pong ball in their gut, and boy, they would be knocked out after that. And then it'd be probably sometime around the two to 3 week mark that they would actually start milk drunk. Yeah, exactly. They would start venturing out a little bit farther away from the mother and start playing with each other a little bit more, and where it was actually play, not just them stumbling over each other trying to feed. But yeah, about 3 weeks or so when they would start actually playing, and they're hilarious because they're still not very coordinated. I'm gonna go ahead and take this down now that Marilyn has had a chance to see them. They're still not very coordinated, but they try to play, and they just stumble and roll over and fall over, and then they'll get mad at each other and mad at themselves, and just they're hilarious. That's why they say that if you have a CH, that you generally can't distinguish a CH from a normal kitten until about 6 to 8 weeks. I think is what the general time frame is, because that 6 to 8 week mark is where normal kittens start getting out of that awkwardness, where they're starting to get more precise in their movements and start acting more like a cat, just a smaller version of a cat. But the but CH is still maintained that wobbly, that falling over that they will have forever. And that's usually when you can start distinguishing, okay, this one's not developing like the rest of the litter. So that's when you start thinking, CH or something. And some of them you can actually, we had one, Joey, that we didn't have to wait. Well, I say we didn't have to. We didn't have to wait the 6 to 8 weeks for the rest of the litter to start diverging from him in their development, because he was a part of a litter of 5. I think it was 5 in his litter, and only 1 did not have CH. So we kind of knew that they were, because I think the mother had distemper while she was pregnant, while she was, and so there was a high degree of confidence that the kittens were going to have CH, and turned out that 4 out of the 5 ended up with CH, and Joey was by far the worst. He could, if he really set his mind to it, if he could stand up for maybe 2 or 3 seconds, but his moving around more or less consisted of him just almost like a little seal, where he would just drag himself around. So, and he could, boy, don't think that because he couldn't stand up and walk that he couldn't get around. Oh my God, he was fat. He was like a little. He was a tuxedo as well. I think I may still have some videos somewhere on some random flash drive or something of him, particularly when he was a kitten, because he loved attention. And if you weren't giving him attention, there was one in their kennel when they were just little bitty, little bitty. There was one little area at the front of the kennel that he liked to lay, and he would pretty much lay there all day long. And it was right next to, so like this is the bars of the kennel. He would lay there so he could look out and see people, but he wanted attention. So he would, every time he would meow, almost constantly. But every time he would meow, he would raise his head up when I guess just the way his muscles and everything would work not correctly. He would raise his head up when he meowed, and when he got done, then it just gravity would take over, and he would just bloop, so it'd be yeah, bloop, yeah, bloop, yeah. But if he was sitting too close to the kennel, then his head wouldn't go all the way down. His nose would slam into the bars, and it'd be yeah, 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 and he would just, and it didn't bother him. He'd just sit there and do it over and over and over and over and over. I mean, we'd have to go over there and grab him and move him back from the bars so he'd quit slamming his face into the bars, but then he'd pull himself back up so he could be closer and, start, and he'd just sit there and just pound his face into the bars. And it's like, damn, Joey, slow down. But, yeah. And then there was one in his litter that you talk about a mild, this kitten, you could barely, I think, as a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I think walking around was more or less kind of, oh, you're welcome, Marilyn, there was really no issue. It just had a little bit of that telltale, head tremor, that little head wobble, just barely. It didn't matter if it was eating, if it was standing, if it was walking, if it was playing. It just, not all of them have that. Rosie has it when she gets really excited, particularly when she's playing. You'll see her do this, but this one, it was basically just a nonstop. It almost like a bobblehead. It didn't matter. It just, that's how CH presented in that one, but it was more or less fine. But Joey, I gave Joey, we always used to have to give Joey, we always had to give Joey baths, because with his severe CH, severe, I'd say moderate to severe, anytime he ate, he laid in the food. Anytime he got in the litter box, he would lay around in it and get it all over him. We tried to stop him from doing this, but for whatever reason, God love him, he would not stop. Once he got older, he loved to lay in the litter box. He would lay in the litter box all day long. He would sleep he loved being, it's like, okay, well, other cats would need to use the litter box, and Joey wouldn't get out of it, so it was usually, it was about every couple of days, he would end up getting peed or pooped on. You know, the other cats would try not to, but, you know, he would end up getting peed or pooped on, and we'd have to give him a bath. And he naturally hated it, but I was giving him a bath one time. It was so we had a stand-up shower next to where the tub was. And this particular time, I think I had forgotten to take a towel into the shower with me to dry him off and everything. So I got done, and he's soaking wet, laying there on the floor of the shower. And all I did was open up the shower door to get a towel out of the closet. As soon as I opened up the shower door, he flops up over the threshold of the thing and literally just shimmied. And him being wet, the floor being tile, it being slick, he took off like a little rocket. He looked like a tuxedo elephant, because he was fat. Joey was a fat cat. He looked like a tuxedo elephant seal, launched himself across the bathroom floor into the linen closet and tried to bury himself and hide in the pile of where we would throw our dirty clothes at the bottom of the closet. I started laughing. I can't remember the last time I laughed that hard. I thought I was going to pee myself. That was the funniest damn thing I had seen in God knows how long. My then wife, she came running in. She was like, what's going on? I tried explaining it to her. She got a kick out of it, but without the visuals, she couldn't get a full appreciation of it. But that was the funniest damn thing I had seen in God knows how long. Little fat Joey looked like an elephant seal, launched himself across the bathroom floor. And your brother, she hated it. She absolutely hated it. And the thing is, Joey had the same he loved people. God, he loved people so much. But he, just like her, he could not stand other cats. He hated other cats. And he would, I was thinking about it now. He would hold himself up on his front feet. That, like I said, every now and again he could stand up like on all 4 feet, but he couldn't move. He'd just sort of do this for 2 or 3 seconds till he fell over. But he would hiss at other cats. But he would, just like he would meow, raise his head up and then flop back down. He would hiss at her. He would hiss at Dusty. He would hiss at any other. But he would hiss, and he would do the same thing. He'd raise his head up, but he'd usually fall completely over backwards because he would hiss longer than he would meow. I guess it would make him go. But and then just fall over backwards and roll over, and he has fallen over backwards, flopped out of the litter box. He has, like if he's laying in the litter box, any of the other cats come to use the litter box, he would hiss at him and fall over in the litter box or out of it. She would come, he'd be eating, and another cat, particularly her, would come walking up to get something to eat, and he would hiss at her, she would hiss at him, and she would just get pissed off and go storming off, and he'd flop over back. Oh my God, it was, and then Dusty Dusty was a big CH. I think he weighed 20-something pounds. He was massive, but he was also blind and couldn't see nothing. And we had to put where the litter box was. So we'd have Joey sleeping in the litter box. Dusty would go to the litter box, and we had to keep a pan, like from one of these big kennels. We had to keep a pan outside the litter box with a towel on it, because most of the time Dusty wouldn't get all the way in the litter box to go to the bathroom, because since he was blind, he would get his front feet in the litter box and therefore think he was in the, he knew he had to go to the litter box, but he would get his front feet in the litter box and think, okay, I'm in the litter box, and then start peeing, but his back legs, his back half would be out of the litter box. First time I saw that, I kept thinking, I'm like, who is peeing right outside the litter box? We'd clean it up. I'm like, who is peeing in the carpet right outside the litter box? Until I walked by one day, and there's Dusty. Of course, as he's blind, all he'd do is just stare straight ahead. So there he is, standing halfway in the litter box, just staring straight ahead. Joey's right next to him, hissing, bouncing off the edge of the litter box, and he's peeing outside the litter box on the floor. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I told my then wife, I'm like, well, I found out why there's pee all over the outside of the litter box. So yeah, so then we put a pan, like I said, from one of these big, huge, one of these big kennels, because we had a bunch of those. We took the pan out of one of those and put it on the floor, kept a towel in it. So every couple of days we had to change the towel. But yeah, it was I'll just say interesting. It was quite interesting. So yeah. What we had several CHs. I mean, of all the cats we fostered, we at one point we tried to kind of focus, and I think I mentioned this before. We tried to kind of focus on the CHs, because most other cats, while they may, if they're older, they might have a hard time getting adopted out, but the ones that a lot of shelters, and even we discovered one of the vets that we used to use didn't understand what CH was, and we're like, what are you, or didn't know what it was. We had to explain it to them, and naturally we quit using them. But most people have the misconception about CH cats, that they're in pain, they're suffering, this, that, and that. So they're real quick to be put down. So that's why we started, at a certain point, started focusing on fostering CHs. As a matter of fact, she was our first. And, well, I'm sorry, let me take that back. We didn't foster her. We specifically wanted a CH cat for us, and she was our first. We didn't foster her. The shelter that we kind of worked alongside at the time, my then wife was more involved in the handling of all that, because I was busy doing the construction business. But since we had never, at that point, never had a CH, never fostered a CH, then they used a lady that was actually a friend of my then wife. She had experience with CH cats, CH dogs, and all that stuff, so they used her to foster her up to about 3 months old. That way she could take care of Rosie to get her to her, developed stage. And I think we got, or maybe it was a little bit more than 12 weeks. Yeah, because Rosie was a little bit bigger. I think she might have been like 4 or 5 months when we got her. But we adopted her. I mean, she was ours, but we didn't foster her because we had never done CH foster before. So the shelter wouldn't necessarily let us foster her. So the other lady did. So, but yeah. Ryan said, "Lord bless you." Well, thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Jeanette. I love cats. I mean, they're awesome. And CH cats. I mean, my very first exposure to a CH cat, I think it was an induced CH. And what I mean by that, it was my first wife. Her parents had a wobbly cat, and I was like, what is it? But Max was just the sweetest, most loving thing ever. I mean, Max was just adorable, but he wobbled and he fell over and all that stuff. Well, they had gotten him. I asked my again, this is my first wife. I was married twice, so this is my first wife. I asked her what was wrong with him, and she said that that the family had adopted him from a shelter, from a rescue, that he had been found in the woods as a kitten, and somebody had shot him. So, and I know that's very disturbing, and I should have prepped everybody, but they can only guess that that event induced CH in him. Now, they don't know if maybe, it could have been that he had CH prior to that, and the person did what they did, thinking that it was somehow humane or something. I don't know, but that's where, that's where they got it. That was the first time I'd ever seen a wobbly cat. I was like, what in God's name is wrong with him? I don't know what's wrong with him, but he's cute as hell. And yeah, so every time we'd go over there, I was like, one of the first things I would do is go love on Max. But yeah, and then I learned what CH was. So yeah, my apologies for just dumping the whole what happened to Max. Like I should have. I wasn't thinking. I was just telling the story, but I should have prepped everybody. But yeah, that's how they ended up getting him. So, and they had him for years and years. He was actually kind of an elderly cat when the first time I saw him, because they had him for years and years and years. He was just such a. They were originally from another state, and they had actually had him before they had even moved to Alabama, where I'm originally from, where I was at when she and I met. So yeah, he had been a part of the family for years and years and years. But yeah, he was a sweet, sweet, sweetheart. So yeah, that's the story of my first experience with the CH. I didn't know what was wrong with it, but I just knew he was cute as hell. What are you doing, Donut? Old girl is knocked out. Hey, Donut. Sleepy girl. Bless you for being the voice of these little CH cats. Oh, I'm telling you. Well, thank you very much, but I'm telling you. I'm going to warn all of you right now. Don't ever get a CH cat. Don't do. There. What is that? What is that ad for? What is it? Lay's potato chips. You can't have just one. I'm telling you, if you ever get a CH cat, you'll be addicted to them. Next thing you know, you'll have 20 of them flopping all over the place. I'm just telling you, if you ever get a CH cat, you're going to go, why have I not done this before? They are. I mean, you got to, like I said before, you got to make certain accommodations, make sure that there's, soft things around sharp edges of furniture and coffee tables and all that stuff. But oh my God, it is so, at least for me, it is so worth it. Trust me, I've got one right now, and that's only because with everything I've got going on, I know that's my limit, but believe me, I would love to get another one or two. I mean, of course, I'm not going to load up with a whole bunch of cats, but we experienced a heavy cat load at one point, and that's just not the thing to do. But yeah, I would love to have another one or two CHs flopping around here, and especially if you have more than one and they play. Because Dusty, I mentioned Joey and Dusty, even though she absolutely hates other cats, I mentioned that Joey absolutely hated other cats. Dusty loved people. He loved other cats, and he would play with both of them. Not now they wouldn't play. Her and Joey would literally try to kill each other. But it was funny because they couldn't lay a glove on each other because they'd take a swing and fall over 3 feet. But Dusty would force himself on any other cat to the point that they would finally break down and love on him or play with it or something like that. And even grudgingly, Dusty would get Joey to play with him, or Dusty would get this thing to play with him. And to see too, I think I may have some old videos of Dusty playing with Joey or Dusty playing with her, because Dusty was the only cat that could get her and Joey to play with him. Or not play with him, but to get them to play with another cat. He just, I mean, they'd start out hissing, they'd beat on him, they'd claw him, and he would just keep coming like, nope, you're going to love me, you're going to love me, you're going to love me. And they would eventually give in and start playing. And to watch 2 CH cats play is the funniest thing you'll ever watch. Go to YouTube and look up CH cats or CH cats playing or something. Oh my God. Y'all seen the video, the shorts that I used to do that I need to start doing again, of her playing with playing with Fishy, playing with the laser, playing with, there's nothing like watching a CH cat play. They are hilarious. Aren't you, sleepyhead? She's half awake, but she's ignoring me. The lady at the Humane Society told me the same thing you said about the wobbly cats. What about them being addictive or them being put down? Probably, at least probably being put down, because they do get put down a lot because people don't understand. They think I have heard from so many people. I've seen people make posts or comments on my channel or on other people's channel that please put that cat down. It's suffering. This is torment. You're so cruel to let that cat continue to suffer. And it's like, shut up. Obviously you don't know anything about CH, but no, so many of them get put down because just misunderstanding. You are the most delightful raconteur, Scott. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I am a raconteur, Rosie. She's not impressed with me. I'm glad other people like me. She doesn't. She tolerates me because I feed her. She is so ignoring me right now. But yeah, my advice is do not ever get a CH. Like potato chips. You can't have just one. It is killing me right now to not have 2 or 3 of them running around here. But I know my limit right now. With everything I've got going on, now is not the time to add another CH cat. I'm doing good just to take care of the outside, take care of Sasha. So thankfully she doesn't require a whole lot of attention. She comes around, gets food, gets petted. I'll go outside, just walk around, get some fresh air, and she'll follow me around and whatnot. So I'm good there. But yeah, don't let me get my life be a little bit less chaotic. There might be another couple of CHs join the channel. She's not thrilled about that at all. So, all right. Oh my God, I have held y'all's story hostage for over an hour. All right, I'm gonna cut it off here. I know this is gonna come as a great shock to everybody. I've got a crap ton of stuff to do, and I've got to go to the grocery store. I meant to go last night, and didn't really realize that I'd let the time slip up on me, and I'm like, well, crap. Yeah, you already have 2 cats when you think about it. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's my advice for today is don't get a CH cat, because you'll feel compelled to get 3 or 4. Here's another piece of advice. Just like the old saying, don't go to the grocery store hungry because you'll buy crap that you don't need. Don't order food when you're hungry. I was starving last night. I know this has absolutely nothing to do with cats. It was funny though. Starving. There's an Italian restaurant right down the road that I I don't order from all the time, but they've got great food. I do order from them every now and again, and usually when I order food, then I'll order 2 meals, even though it's just me, because that way I can, if I'm going to order food, I'm going to go ahead and order, and I'll have something I'll eat 1 meal and then have something for tomorrow. Save me some time, save me some trouble. I'll just go ahead and order 2 meals or something. I didn't do that last night. I called this Italian place and I couldn't decide what I wanted to decide. And the bottom line, I called and ordered from this Italian place that has great food. I don't want to mention the name because I don't know if I'm allowed to or should, but they have great food. Bottom line is, $125 later, I had dinner for me. So, yeah, don't order food when you're hungry. So, but I've got like 4 meals. So I had one last night. So I've got lunch and dinner for tonight, and then lunch for tomorrow. So hey. Russell Jammies. Hello, Russell Jammies. You finally found us. We've been hiding right here. Welcome to the channel, Russell Jammies. I'm going to get one as soon as I can. Okay. I swear, to go, this channel disappeared for 8. It disappeared, really? Now I know that even when I do a search for the channel, Jammies, it's a little hard for me to find if if I'm logged in as one of my other channels, then it's hard for me to find this channel. I think it's just because I don't have 10,000 subscribers, and I don't have all this other stuff. So I'm I guess as far as the algorithm, I'm kind of low. But I'm glad you found us. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. I don't know if you're aware of it, but we do the live stream every Sunday at 2 o'clock. For some reason, I kind of forgot what day it was. But yeah, we do the live stream every Sunday at 2 o'clock with very few exceptions. But if for whatever reason I'm not going to do the stream, not going to do the Rosie Show, or it's going to be scheduled for another time, then I generally make the announcement pretty well ahead of time. And like I say, usually that doesn't happen unless there's, I think that as everybody will attest to, it was if I have something pressing work-wise, or I think it was last December when my sister came in town for the weekend and I hadn't seen her in a while, then I postponed the show for that so that she and I could spend some time together. But yeah, so welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Rosie Army, as we like to call ourselves. So this little furry donut that is currently sleeping behind me, this is Rosie. I would love to show you her face, but she's currently knocked out, and as everybody will attest to, she's not a big fan of me waking her up. So yeah, but yeah, there's plenty of content to consume of the doodle playing and mistreating me, which and I know that Marilyn, Ryan, Stephen, Elizabeth, Jeanette, I know they've all heard me say this 1,000 times, but I'm going to start again doing the shorts and get some more content out to the world at large, other than the Sunday live stream. It says you found us back when we had like 3 videos. Awesome. Okay, so you've seen the doodle in action, which is awesome. We appreciate it. So yeah, please join us. Did I just spit when I talk? Sorry. Russell, you'll know. I sort of think with my mouth, so sometimes I'll say some dumb stuff. Just pardon me, because I'm kind of an idiot like that sometimes. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah. So I'm glad you already have a familiarization with the doodle. So maybe we'll see you. Hopefully we'll see you next week. That would be awesome. So yeah, I was actually just about to wrap everything up. So since this is your first time in the live stream, we will go generally anywhere we've done as short as 15-20 minutes. We've done as long. I think we did one time, and Rosie Army, correct me if I'm wrong. I think we did one time that was a little bit over 2 hours. It just depends on how things are going, and we sort of just fly by the seat of our pants, as the old saying goes. But yeah, it usually ends up landing somewhere 45 minutes to an hour. So the key with shorts is consistency. I believe you can schedule them so you can make a ton in advance and then schedule one out of there. Yeah, see it. Yeah, you are spot on. And again, I can come up with reasons why, but at the end of the day, to do a short, it takes 30 seconds or so to do one, and another 30 seconds or so to upload it. So at the end of the day, I have no excuse. You are spot on, and it just needs to. I need to do better. As simple as that. And I keep saying I'm going to, and I'm going to make a much greater effort to, because I do want to get y'all as much as I can. Repost something there per day. See, I don't have a TikTok account. I don't have one. I also don't have, and again, now I will say, and this is true to a great degree, that with my work and with other things I have going on, that I usually stay extremely covered up. Again, not to make an excuse, but like I don't even have an Instagram for Rosie Doodle. I don't have, as a matter of fact, I have a Facebook, but for her, but I can't remember the last time I've uploaded anything to it. Everything has just been so much more focused on, geared toward YouTube, because that seems to be the quickest, easiest way, particularly with the shorts. So again, I need to focus more on all of that. So again, you're spot on all of it, and it's just a matter of when I do have the extra time that I need to, rather than sit back going, okay, I got 10 minutes, I can take a breather. I need to go, you know what, Scott, you need to take a 9-minute breather and 1 minute to do a short and upload to YouTube. That's where I need to get my mind. So, but yeah. So what we normally do, Jammies, is once we sort of get at the end of the live stream, then what I will do is, of course, we'll say our toodles to everybody, and we wish everybody a good week, a happy week, a safe week, a productive week, all that good stuff. But then I'll usually, once I step off camera, then I'll usually leave it up and running for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, something like that. That way it gives everybody else a chance to say their toodles. I generally don't say goodbye. I'm not a big fan of the word goodbye. To me, it's too permanent. Toodles is what I prefer. Say whatever you want. I prefer toodles because it's more of a I'll see you later kind of thing. But no, I usually leave the camera up, leave everything up and running for a few minutes to give everybody else a chance to say their toodles to each other, and not just me being selfish and going, okay, toodles everybody, and then turn it off. So that way it gives everybody a chance to wish everybody else well. So yeah. And you'll also notice that I do tend to ramble. So feel free to, when I get to doing this, feel free to, go make a cup of coffee, take a nap. There's a pretty good chance you're not going to miss a whole lot. So yeah, and as you'll notice, I am a huge fan of self-deprecating humor. I love to poke fun at myself, so I don't mean it when I say stuff like I'm an idiot or something like that. But I'm a big fan of humor. I'm a big fan of laughter, and before I quote unquote pick on somebody else, I'll pick on myself first. So I don't take life or things too serious. Life is serious enough, and when it's time to relax and chill out and have fun, then that's what it's time to do. So yeah, and Jeanette, 2 hours. So I was thinking it was somewhere around 2 hours. So yeah, but yeah, that's I'm glad you found this. Glad you made it. I was actually just getting ready to wrap up for the week, for the day, and get out of here. Good for you, Scott. Love Italian food. I love Italian food too, and I do love it. $125 worth, but it was just like I said, ordering food when you're hungry. Yay. So, and like I said, this restaurant is really awesome. Like I said, I just don't. I do construction and do this channel and a couple of other things, all that stuff. I forgot where I was going with that. Yeah. So, I was talking about, what the hell? I was talking about the Italian food. What, talking about the $125? Oh. What did I tell you, James? I'm an idiot. So there. Please check your spam folder of your new email. I sent you an email with a picture of one. Okay, cool. Like I said, I can't check it. I'll have to do that for next week because since I'm logged into the Google system for Rosie, then like I was saying before, I don't think I can log into that account, that Gmail account, to retrieve the picture without it knocking me out right here. So yeah, I will check that, and I'll post it for next week. So yeah. Was that it, Doodle? She doesn't care. She's asleep. Okay. But yeah, thank you for sharing the picture of one of your cats, Stephen. Appreciate it. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna jump off of here. Like I said, I got a bunch of stuff I got to get done. And once again, I want to say thank you to the Rosie Army. Thank you everybody for being here, for enjoying the time with Rosie and me and the rest of the Rosie Army. Everybody have a good, safe, happy, productive, fun week, and everybody welcome Russell Jammies to the channel. Hopefully, we will see Russell Jammies. I'm not sure if Russell Jammies is a he or her, but hopefully we will see Russell yet again. So please all be safe. So yeah. So hopefully we'll see everybody, and I will. You're not going to say Toodles because you never do. You're just rude like that. Thanks for still being on YouTube. Absolutely, Russell. So yeah, we will be here. We will be here next week. So I hope to see everybody. You got anything there, Sleepyhead? Nope. There we go. I would say the Doodle has spoken, but the Doodle has not spoken. So yeah, I will see everybody next week. Y'all have a good, fun, safe, happy, productive week. And Toodles, everybody. Talk to y'all later. Toodles.